What's up, guys? Welcome to the Sideline. This is the best podcast for everything NFL and much more. Just join the squad by clicking the red subscribe button right now. All right, boys, you want to go down the list? Say what team you support, your name, introduce yourself, all that good stuff.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, go ahead.
Everyone up, Caden Royal. I am a huge Seahawks fan.
All right.
I'm Paul. I'm a big 49ers fan.
What's up, guys? My name's Nick, and I'm a huge fan of the Saints.
And I'm Thomas, and I'm a huge fan of the Carolina Panthers. All right, first, we're going to be talking about the huge NFL offseason, the all NFL trades and signings and whatnot. So do you guys have any things that brought to mind that we should talk about? Big signing?
Let's look at the Odell trade.
Oh, all right.
Odell.
The Odell trade.
When the Giants re-signed Odell to a large amount of money, you think, all right, yeah, Odell's going to be a Giant for the rest of his career.
Yeah,
Then-
I mean, Dave Gettleman even said that, we're not going to trade away Odell. There's no chance that's going to happen.
Yeah,
There were so many smoke screens they threw out there to lead people just the other way.
Yeah, it was stupid.
And it's so risky because, on one way, you're deceiving teams and you're getting, you're moving on the silence. But then on another note, you're also throwing out this whole false narrative for your fans. So then it was like backstabbing their fans.
So the details of the Odell trade was...
Yeah, they also got a first-round pick, third-round pick, which they decided to use on Dexter Lawrence and Oshane Ximines. Or Ximines.
All right, so who do you think won? That's the question.
I'm gonna have to say the Giants won. Because if you look farther at who they received, Jabril Peppers is younger, and if you look at the stats he's been putting up in Cleveland,
All right.
it
Personally,
really helped this Giants squad.
Yeah, personally, I believe Giants got a lot more value. The Browns still got a solid player in Odell being a top 5 receiver, but just the amount they had to give up just didn't really make sense for it.
Odell's still in his prime too, so you gotta think about that.
Yeah, but he's
That
also
is
been
true.
injury prone lately. So
Yeah,
that raises the question.
He's
if
had
he's
a
gonna
very
go down
rough
Cleveland.
couple of
Alright.
seasons.
Are you
And he's a
pulling someone
locker
up?
room problem too.
Oh yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, because
On-
I've seen a post where Jabril Peppers was talking about, well, not Jabril, Sterling Shepard was talking about how ever since they drafted Odell, he's been a problem.
Yeah. Okay. So that's that. And anyone have another trade or signing or whatever?
There's no way we can talk about Antonio Brown getting traded to the Raiders.
Like one of the worst deals in NFL history, in my opinion. That's
Sponsored by
stupid.
fake news.
It should have been fake news.
Honestly, the whole situation with Antonio Brown was crazy, but everyone's saying that he's not gonna do good or he's gonna fail on the Raiders. I disagree with. I honestly think that he's gonna do solid with Derek Carr as his quarterback, and he's gonna produce the same type, if not better, numbers.
See, I remember watching the 2016 Pro Bowl, and I could see it ever since then. Derek Carr and Antonio Brown always been talking to each other during the same day. I could see it happening.
You see it happen? Alright.
Then I remember waking up because I've seen Antonio Brown got traded to the Bills.
Yeah.
Oh god,
And then that was fake news.
crazy!
Steelers fans just went on suicide watch, that's for sure.
Definitely. Bro.
Alright, I mean, we don't even have to talk about who won that trade. It's kind of obvious.
But was it the Steelers managed to get Deontay Johnson and Zach Gentry? I think Zach Gentry is really the one person that they're going to be able to utilize out of there.
Yeah, because they lost Jesse James in the offseason.
So I think he's going to grow to be a key piece.
Anyone got another one up next? Frank Clark was a big one, wasn't he?
Yeah, as a Seahawks fan, let me talk about this for a second. We ended up sending...
He's gonna start crying.
No, see, we ended up sending Frank Clark to the Chiefs for a first, which he obtained LJ Collier. Second, Marquise Blair, and we exchanged thirds, which we ended up getting another middle linebacker, Cody Barton. So, if you look at Frank Clark, he's been on the team for a good 4 seasons.
Yeah.
He's only had 1 good season. I
see your point.
I personally think he was overhyped this year. And I think the Seahawks won that trade.
You think the Seahawks? I think the Chiefs did, because their pass rush was absolutely horrendous last year, and that was probably the reason they lost the AFC title game.
D Ford's hand was offside.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna say he's the 49ers problem now.
Trust me.
I mean, the Seahawks should have ran the ball at the 1 yard line.
Whoa. We don't talk about that, alright?
On the bright side, the 49ers aren't good enough to make it to the playoffs for D Ford to mess up.
Oh.
That's true.
Alright, now pausing suicide watch. Alright, so any big signings? We have Frank Clark, we got Le'Veon Bell to the Jets. That was a huge one, right? Crazy one, actually.
Yeah, see, looking at the...
Felix was just an L.
Yeah. Just a walking L. City of Pittsburgh's gone to shit.
I don't know. That whole situation.
His entire career's gone to shit.
Personally, I don't like the Steelers.
Rap career.
I personally don't like the Steelers, so I'm happy anytime they get messed up or bad things happen to them.
Yep,
but with the Le'Veon Bell situation, that was just so drawn out and dumb. And like,
it's almost like it was staged.
Is it me, or did 80% of this offseason involve Pittsburgh Steelers?
It has, too.
Pretty much.
It really has.
Pretty much. They let 2 of the biggest superstars walk.
See, you know they had the money for these guys.
Yeah.
Because
they do.
No, 100%.
later in the season, well, later in the weeks, they actually re-signed Ben Roethlisberger. Yeah, Ben Roethlisberger's actually signed a $87 million contract with $31 million signing bonus.
And they still had money left over for Brown and Bell, and they decided to let them walk. Probably.
Well, Steelers fans, I hate to tell you, but Captain Fat Fuck is...
Captain Fat Fuck, I'm dead. He's gonna edit that out, I know.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Well, I mean, I could have. You could have gave. Wait, we're talking about Mike Tomlin, right?
No, we're talking about Ben Roethlisberger.
Mike Tomlin.
Ben Roethlisberger. I thought you were talking about Mike Tomlin.
No, I called Ben Roethlisberger Captain Fat Fuck.
Oh, I thought. Well, I mean, Mike Tomlin's Captain Fat Fuck as well, but no way.
He likes to touch girls too.
Yeah, he doesn't even ask for pussy. Just touches that shit.
He just touches them. Okay.
Right.
Next one, we got Trey Flowers. Big one to the Lions. 5 years, 90. I don't know what's with the Lions and trying to get expatriates. It's like
they also signed Justin Coleman, who was once a Patriot.
Yeah, and it's only a matter of time before they get Malcolm Butler from tight.
Exactly.
That's crazy. Another big Seahawk leaving, Earl Thomas. I know you hated that
one. Yeah.
Right there, end of the Legion of Boom.
I'm not mad at Earl Thomas.
I think the funniest part is when he flipped off your entire organization.
Yeah, that was funny.
He flipped off our coaching staff. He didn't flip off the players. See, before the season started, he was going to hold out. He was going to do what Le'Veon Bell did.
I
But
remember
no,
that.
he
And you see
he actually
how well
came
that
and
went?
played week 1,
Yeah.
and then got injured week 4. Was it against the Cardinals?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got injured week 4. Then he go ahead and
And
just
that's when he became a meme.
that's when he just flips off our sideline. Which, like we said in the Frank Clark trade, we ended up drafting Marquise Blair, and we still have Tedrick Thompson and Bradley McDougal.
Yeah.
So
Next up, the big question: who won free agency? Who do you think did? Who won free agency?
I'm gonna have to say the Raiders.
Raiders. Even though they only got one big player.
The
No,
Browns.
see- If you look
The
at their
Browns?
team, yeah, their roster's in complete rebuilding mode.
All right, let's all go down the list. Say who you think won free agency, starting with Mr. Seattle fan over there.
Shut up. I'm going to say the Raiders won free agency.
Raiders. All right,
I'll have to say the Browns.
Browns. Nick, what about you?
Honestly, I'm probably gonna have to say. I think probably the Raiders too.
Raiders, and I'm gonna have to go with the
Yeah.
Browns as well, because like nobody realizes how stacked Cleveland is right now. Absolutely stacked.
Alright, now we're going to go down saying why we think the teams won free agency.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, am I starting it?
Yeah, good.
Alright, well, if you look at the Raiders offseason, they got Antonio Brown, the headline of this Raiders team now.
Yeah.
But if you look into other trades, they've got more draft picks. They traded away Kichi Asemele. They traded a few more of their offensive line. They signed Trent Brown to a good contract, who is probably a top 10 tackle in the league.
Yeah.
And they helped out their defensive side too, getting LaMarcus Joyner from the Rams. I think this team can win a good amount of games.
Okay. Well, I'm interested to see how it plays out, because you never know. It could turn out into just one big civil war, and then John Gruden's
Exactly.
not gonna be able to contain it all, and then it's just gonna end up like the Steelers did.
I also think this Raiders receiver core can do something. They also signed Terrell Williams to add on with Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
So,
The only issue I think the Raiders are gonna have is the fact that they let go of
Chemistry.
Jared Cook.
Yeah.
He ended up going
they
to the
just getting
Saints.
to him.
Like, he was a big part of that.
He was a good part of their passing.
Well, the only reason
Offense.
he has a career is because of that catch with the Packers
Mm-hmm.
against Dallas in that playoff game. All right, Paul, why do you think the Browns won free agency?
They got Odell, and they used to be the laughing stock on the NFL, and now they're playoff contenders because of one player.
Well, that doesn't necessarily mean that they won free agency just by signing one big name. But
That's true, but they used to be the laughing stock of the NFL like a couple years ago. So like, I feel like they're the
if they
biggest.
didn't win
Issue
free
0 and
agency, they
16.
definitely won
Look at
free
Yeah, they
agency
went
the
0 and
next 2 years.
16.
0-16 to
0-16.
America's team.
And that freaking article where Hugh Jackson said his best coaching was in Cleveland or something like that.
Oh god.
That shit got me dead.
Disgusting.
I was like, okay.
See, you also got to look at what Freddie Kitchens is doing.
Personally, I just think that the players they got, they know how to use, and I feel like they did a lot of research behind that,
Yeah.
because they got a small amount of players, but when you look at each player individually, they play a big part in improving the team.
Yeah.
And I think one of the smaller additions no one really talks about is how they added LaMarcus Joyner to their secondary. And him as a safety, he was playing on the Rams secondary. That was one of the most dangerous defenses last year.
Mhm.
So he has that experience of being on a very veteran defense.
The Browns won the offseason is because they legit went from 0-16 to probably one of the most complete rosters in the NFL, I would say. But who lost free agency? That's also a big question. Steelers? Anyone else besides Pittsburgh?
Probably Steelers. Steelers just got
It's like
destroyed.
What is it,
Got their
Ravens?
team down.
The Ravens? Yeah, I can see that.
Well, yeah, considering they don't have any quarterback, they just have 2 running backs.
Lamar Jackson.
Mark Ingram. I can't, bro. The issue with Mark Ingram, I can't believe they did that to him.
Him and Alvin Kamara or something else, and now it's
They
just
were
Kamara.
actually the top duo in the NFL,
Yeah.
and they let him walk.
Actually, Krupp, can you cut out what I said about the Ravens? Wasn't great too.
So Steelers and Ravens. It's funny how every single AFC North team has the headline except Cincinnati, and they're still stuck in that shithole.
Cincinnati is trash.
They've always been trash, and they always will be trash as long as they still got that owner.
I know who I think lost free agency.
But
No, I have to say the Giants.
Honestly, lost.
no, I mean the Giants didn't necessarily free agency, but
I
they
think
just
they
have Dave
did good,
Gettleman
it's
as the
just
general manager.
They're bad.
That's
They're
bad
just-
enough.
Yeah.
I just think when you're a bad team, they made improvements. They just didn't get above.
They made improvements, but Daniel fucking Jones, no.
That's
Dude,
over.
Everyone's trashing Daniel Jones so much, but honestly, I think it's just from being at the 7th pick. Like, if he was drafted a little lower, like 17, he'd be a
Well,
fine.
it was such a retarded decision because he wasn't
It
going to
was.
go until like the 3rd round.
Alright, I feel like
The Chiefs?
because if you look at their defense,
Who's
you
there
know
anymore?
that saying,
It's still bad.
yeah, defense wins championships, and you can look at that at the 2013-14 Seahawks, Super Bowl 48. Losing Eric Berry, veteran safety.
He's still a free agent.
Yeah, he's still a free agent, which is crazy. Losing Justin Houston, D Ford, even though his hand was offsides. And they only gained 1 player and signed him to a massive contract. Two, my bad. They also got Deron Lee from the Jets for a 5th round pick. Still crazy.
Who, the Chiefs?
Yeah, the Chiefs got Deron Lee for a 5th round pick off the Jets.
Was it who's the Chiefs in offseason? They got Frank Clark from the trade. They got
Deron Lee.
Who's their safety?
Tyrann Mathieu.
Tyrann Matt. That's the one. So honestly, if Mahomes can do what he did last
Well,
year,
I mean,
and
I
Tyreek
don't
Hill's
think he
still there.
can. There's no way.
we'll see. Because who's the Chiefs starting running back now?
Oh God.
I think it's
Malta.
Damian Williams.
Damon Williams. I mean,
No,
hasn't really
unless
done
he
much,
went
has he?
to. I may be mistaken on this,
Yeah,
but I
Kareem
think
Hunt,
he
man.
signed with a different.
Next up, we have players to watch. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put 2 minutes on the clock, and we have to come up with 3 players we're looking forward to next season, like watching them play and whatnot, and why you're looking forward to watching each of those players play.
All right.
So that's up next. So go ahead and start thinking right now, and the clock will start. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're out of time. Do you guys have your players?
Yes,
I
Yeah.
got. Yeah.
All
Good
right.
to go.
So who wants to go first about who they're looking forward to seeing next season? Anyone? Volunteers? Legit no one? Really? Do I have to go first?
Oh. All right. I'll go.
All right. Go ahead.
So-
Take the stage.
The first player I'm looking forward to watching in 2019, as the Saints fan, is Alvin Kamara, because they recently traded away Mark Ingram, and Alvin Kamara didn't have Mark Ingram for the first 4 games of last season and was producing really good stats. So I think now that he's not going to have him all 16 games, he's going to be able to show what he can do as a number 1 back. And he's going to be able to produce stats along the lines of Ezekiel Elliott and Saquon Barkley.
I mean, we'll see.
He also does have Latavius Murray, though. But I don't think he's nearly as good as Mark Ingram or Alvin Kamara.
Kamara and CMC have very similar skill sets.
One's a fucking white running back.
One flag.
Out there.
Yeah.
That's like legit. The only two that's separating those two things is their skin color.
Yeah. My second player coming in to 2019 is Lamar Jackson. Cause
You mean the Baltimore Ravens running back or starter?
yes, sir. Mainly because of the way the Ravens have been switching up their playbook, and they've been adding a lot more play passing, it looks like. And so I think they're going to start forcing Lamar Jackson passing a lot more, and we're going to get to see what his true passing ability is and where it sits at. So I'm really excited to look for that. He said they're going to do really good and be able to perform well, or he's gonna sink and fall under into a backup along like RG3, Teddy Bridgewater level.
Yeah.
I forgot about Teddy Bridgewater.
Bro, I do, but
I really do.
I think he's about to get his time. After Drew Brees retires, he's sticking with the Saints, and he's gonna be their starting quarterback. So it's gonna be weird, but crazy.
The injury had sucked so much.
I mean, Bridgewater's entire career was changed because of that one hit.
Oh god,
Fucked up his career.
Yeah.
My third player though is N'Keal Harry, because everyone knows he was a crazy pick. He was one of the best picks in the draft, I'd say. And
Kind of pissed off my Seahawks and drafted him.
He's going to be playing with Tom Brady. And in the Patriots system, that's just like, there's no better place you could be as a wide receiver.
The Steelers.
Yuck. Steelers are...
I mean, we'll see how that plays out, but who wants to go next?
I will.
Alright, take station.
The 3 players I picked, I gotta bring in my Seahawks bias here. I picked Chris Carson, Patrick Mahomes, and DK
The fuck is Chris Carson?
He's a guy that ran over your fucking defense last year, and you'll learn the same thing again.
Dun, dun, dun.
See,
Maybe they'll finally run the ball.
shut up.
On the goal line.
I still dream about that one.
Wait, what?
I won $500 because of that game.
Carson is. Last year he ran for 1,000. Can he stay consistent?
No.
I forgot we
Here's
have
my
Richard Sherman.
No.
No, you don't think he'll stay consistent?
No, I don't. I just don't feel like Seattle's offensive line is that good.
I think he'll stay consistent because of we released Mike Davis, which is gonna. And Pete Carroll even said they're gonna give Chris Carson more reps than he was given last year.
Yeah.
So, second on my list, I have Patrick Mahomes.
Patty Mahomes there. How's that?
Can he have the same stats? And people are calling him one of the best quarterbacks to play right now. But that's only one season. See, I'll go on that train if he can have a more consistency. If he can go on for another season and put up the same numbers.
You guys believe in the Madden curse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way.
because look what happened to Antonio Brown.
Yeah, I actually forgot about the Madden curse.
Antonio Brown, Tom Brady lost the Super Bowl that year. 17 Gronkowski,
Yeah, that's
he had injury.
No lie, that's actually that's actually a thing you need to think about.
That's actually a thing. Now
Yeah.
it's crazy.
It's not like a theory anymore.
No.
It's just that it's happening.
The number 3, I gotta say DK Metcalf. I'm hyped about this pick.
Right? The fact that he can only run 2 routes and that's it. What's hype
No.
about that?
You don't
See,
need more
he's
than
been-
2 routes when you're like that.
You don't need more than 2 routes when you have a higher vertical than
This
Julio.
dude is gonna pick up the corner and the
He's
safety
just like
on
Zion
his way to pick up
Williams.
the ball to the end.
See what's gonna happen. He's gonna. Who you guys safety? Then you guys have Trubisky Tart. So you guys safety. So what he's gonna do? He's gonna he's just gonna lift up Richard Sherman and throw him over his back and catch the ball one-handed.
Bro,
That's
this would be
false.
my ideal DK Metcalf. He goes into the league. First game, he gets absolutely disrespected by a corner.
Richard Sherman.
And then he goes on to become the most mean wide receiver who doesn't give a fuck. Right at the beginning of the next snap, he runs up and trucks the corner. Corner's unconscious. Legs all over the field. Runs over. Trucks the safety. Safety
Runs over
unconscious
the
too.
referee.
Trucks the referee that threw the flag. Catches the ball. Ejection. That's my ideal DK Metcalf.
See, yeah, like I was saying about DK Metcalf before, we had our ideal DK Metcalf conversation. Ken, projected to go first round after his combine performance, which his combine was insane. Higher vertical than Julio Jones. More reps in the bench press than Khalil Mack.
That's crazy.
Can you throw that 3-cone shuttle number out there for me?
Slower than Tom Brady.
Yeah. That's,
Uh,
let's go. DK Metcalf, the one and only.
Can only run straight.
Stronger
That's
than
it.
Khalil Mack, but slower than Tom Brady.
the real
That's a
question
wide
is,
receiver.
we're not looking for DK Metcalf to be a slot receiver.
No, you're looking for Marshawn Lynch, a wide receiver.
No, you're looking for that fourth quarter when you're down by 30. Hail Mary.
30.
That's what they
Exactly.
need.
Exactly.
By the
And
49ers.
the question is, will
Pause it by the
DK
49ers.
Metcalf's routes slow him down in the league? Because I've seen videos of him working on his technique, getting off the ball.
Honestly, like once you're in the NFL, the ability to learn routes, like the coaching and the stuff they
Is
have
much
there,
better.
is so easy. Like he's gonna have all the opportunity to learn how to run a post and a corner and a freaking 10-yard in. Like
Maybe when Doug Baldwin is
yeah, if you think about it, going in, if that's his only weakness is routes, that's all he has to work on. Like so many players going with multiple weaknesses or multiple one strong point, like their speed, and he just goes. He has speed. He has hand size. Like he has a lot of strengths in areas you can't teach, and
Big
that's
dig.
what is good about him.
All right, Thomas, I think you're next.
Yeah, I'll go next. Number 1, I have. Who the hell is
Oh
eating?
shit!
It's Paul.
Ball, it's chip time.
What?
He goes, what?
Oh, mute yourself because you already won. Or I think you already won.
Oh, I can hear him.
No,
using
he told
it.
me and Paul to go.
That's fun.
I'm waiting for Paul to finish his burger or whatever the hell he's eating.
I'm eating chips.
Oh, it's not sound
Bro, I
like,
called it.
it sounds like you're unwrapping Burger King or something like that. Alright,
go ahead.
First up, I have on my list, I have Cam Newton. Because of his health. It's a second shoulder surgery in his career. You don't know where he's headed because a lot of people are saying that he could be much better, he can be much worse, and the whole new throwing motion thing. So we'll see, like during live action, if he'll be able to keep the new throwing motion, or he'll end up going back to old habits, you know. Alright, next up I have Patty Mahomes. Like you said, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to keep him at the same level as he did last year, because last year was absolutely something special, and this is a new Chiefs team, so we don't know how that's going to go.
My bad.
Chill the fuck out.
Alright, I'm
Please
glad
don't
I caught
take
that on
that out.
camera. Third player, I have Tom Brady, because last year we saw him slow down a little bit. He missed a bunch of throws he would have easily made a couple years back, and we don't know where exactly he's headed.
Bro, I want to see Tom Brady catch some more passes.
Yeah, come on. Come on, Bill Belichick.
Like, y'all don't understand how bad I wanted that for him. It would have been such a meme if, like, it was already a meme because he failed. But if he had caught that, legend.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I saw a cat. The cat in a hat.
Ooh.
The cat
Alright.
in a rat.
Alright,
Ooh.
Paul, go ahead.
Got fat.
Ooh.
Alright, you can stop spitting bars over there. It's gonna be fun.
My first player
More
is
bars
Pat.
than the Cowboys players this team.
Fuck it, just took a sip of water. I'm just
Straight A's.
Alright, I'll go ahead. First player.
Oh yeah, Patrick Mahomes. I feel like he's not gonna have the same season he had last year.
He's not. Why is that?
Madden curse. That's all I'm gonna say. Madden curse.
Bro,
Just leave
y'all
it as Madden curse.
Madden curse.
Did y'all see him throw over a stadium, though? That was actually great.
Oh, that was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. That's crazy.
Oh
I saw
yeah,
yeah.
Drew Lock throw over the Broncos stadium. On a
Oh,
video.
wow.
Alright, my
I can't even,
second
like,
player.
throw fucking 30 yards. How are these people throwing over the stadium?
No clue.
It's called being black. You'll get there someday.
Fuck, I wish. Black people, I'll just become black.
I know. I heard that joke on count.
Mr. Reed, I don't feel so good.
Alright. Who's your second player, Paul?
Nick Bosa. I feel like he won't like be the same as his brother, and he's injury prone. So like, I feel like he's gonna be a bust in the league right away.
We'll see.
We'll see. And my third player is Tom Brady. I changed my player, but Tom Brady, because like he's the GOAT. I don't care what no one says. He's the best quarterback like in NFL history.
Should have caught it.
Should have caught it, but he's still the GOAT. And I feel like he's not gonna age. Like he's not aging. Like I feel like he's still gonna put up numbers.
He's like a good Brett Favre.
Just because
He's
he's
like
on a
a
good
LeBron
team every
James.
year does not mean he's the GOAT. Tom Brady is not the GOAT. He would never be the GOAT. Just because he's on a good team every year does not make the quarterback
So,
good. It makes the
Are you saying he's a
management good.
system quarterback?
Jared Goff is the system quarterback.
Jared Goff is ass. I don't care what no one says. He's so
Jared
trash.
Goff.
What was your record last year?
Jared Goff eats ass.
I think the Panthers' record, they started off 6-2 and finished 7-9.
Yeah, before Cam got his shoulder split. Okay.
Before
we don't
Cam
even go
decided to not have sex for a month to become a better football player.
Very depressing last season for all Panthers fans.
Broncos and Panthers. That Super Bowl is so funny.
Oh, we don't need to go there. Let's just move on.
No, fuck you. You brought up Super Bowl 49.
Yeah,
We'll talk.
honestly, what's it like to go to a Super Bowl and lose? Because it couldn't be me.
It's painful. Trust me.
Very painful.
No, it's painful if you lost how the Seahawks lost.
Oh, shit,
It's painful how you
cried.
lost, how the
Championship.
49ers lost.
I'd probably kill myself.
That was the
Super
PI.
Bowl.
You guys, that was the PI, right?
No, it's painful to watch how the Panthers lost. One of the best teams they've ever had just collapsed.
Yeah, what happened to that team? Like, it was just a
Von
one-year
Miller.
wonder.
It's just
They
pass
didn't
rush.
collapse. They got exposed for being booed. They were never good in the first place.
I'm only 1
And that's the sad truth.
yard
Well, I
away.
mean, they beat a Cardinals team that was actually really good that year. 49-14, the NFC title game.
That was when Carson Palmer was
A
there.
Cardinals game or Cardinals team was really good.
Yeah, that's when they won the division, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Dude, Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah, they were
rest in
considered like
peace.
one of the best offenses in the league, and the Panthers just lit them up in the title game.
Larry Fitzgerald is the most loyal man alive.
I feel bad for Larry Fitzgerald, so I also feel bad for AJ Green.
Mm-hmm.
They moved. All right. So we got a little bit of a game here. I have a wheel of NFL teams, and we're gonna spin this wheel 16 times. And then no matter what team it lands on, we have to instantaneously give a record prediction about what they're going to finish. So this should be interesting because we're going to look back at this video at the end of the NFL season to see how close we were. And then next week, we will do the other 16 NFL teams. So that should be interesting as well. All right, first spin here, boys. You ready?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right, spinning.
Who's gonna do the first
Drum roll,
prediction?
please.
Ba, ba,
We
ba,
have...
ba.
Ooh, the Oakland Raiders. Yeah, the Raiders.
Ooh, yes.
All right.
9-7.
9-7. Ooh, 9-7. Okay.
10-6.
10-6. Nick.
Wait, that wasn't it. 10-6.
That wasn't Nick.
My
It sounded
bad.
like Paul.
I know, I had a very shaky voice.
Paul, what do you think?
8-8.
8-8. 7-9. 7-9.
Alrighty.
Good predictions.
Okay. Next
I
one.
like it. That's a good one. The most controversial.
Yeah. You want to start off? Next up, we have the Bears.
11-5.
11-5 for the Bears. Okay.
Damn. Alright.
That's quick. 12-4, and they're gonna lose in the divisional round.
Got them going 9-7.
9-7.
Jeez,
Wild
they,
card.
they didn't lose that much during offseason.
11-5.
I think it was the coach change up that messed them up.
Okay. Ooh, please stand up. Please line up. The Steelers. Pittsburgh.
They do have
6-10.
good, but they lost.
I'm going 6-10.
I'm going to go 8-8.
8-8. Alright.
8-8.
I might say 7-9.
7-9. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next up, the Rams.
They're probably going to go on that slump.
10-6.
12-4.
4.
I'm going to go. Well, dang.
I'm gonna say 10-6 too.
10-6. I
Uh,
think that they're just gonna be a wild card.
yeah. 10-6.
Okay. Next up, one more. We have the Dolphins. Looks like
7-9.
7-9. I'm gonna go with 8-8.
7-9.
7-9.
5-11.
5-11.
Yikes.
Damn.
Ouch.
Sorry, Dolphins.
You better watch your back.
I'm gonna
Dolphins
wake
fans are
up
going to be
with
after you.
I'm gonna wake up with the Dolphins fan base in my room. Knife at my throat.
We have the Jets next.
6-10.
6-10.
4-12.
Man. Alright. I'm gonna go
Jets.
9-7. I'm gonna go 9-7.
Go 7-9.
I'm gonna say 9-7 because I feel like Sam Darnold's gonna have a better year. I'll say that.
True.
I think 7-9 because their defense.
They do have Quentin Williams, so.
Achoo.
And Jamal
Bless you. Thank you.
The Bucks. 4-12.
4-12. Yeah.
5-11.
That's
4-12.
Alright. Next up. Titans. Tennessee. 9-7 AFC wildcard berth.
3-13.
Ooh,
Whoa.
damn. So the Titans, they have Derrick Henry, Marcus Mariota, and they have semi-good defense.
Yeah, 3-13.
I'm gonna go 9-7.
Okay.
I think 8-8.
8-8. Okay. Ooh, the Bengals.
5-11.
5-11. I'm gonna go 6-10.
4-12.
Who is it?
Bengals.
Bengals.
Oh, 4-12.
Man. All right, we're gonna enjoy this one. Seattle.
Oh.
I think 11-5.
11-5. Yeah.
Um,
You go
0-16.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding. 10-6.
8-8.
Whoa.
Oh, that's coming from the 49ers fan though.
You guys are gonna win the division.
No, I'm just petty as hell.
All right, Nick, did you give your prediction?
Yeah, 11-5.
Way too high, but okay.
I say 10-6 for Seattle because that division's too tough for them to go.
Yeah, way too tough, huh?
Carolina, I'm up next.
See, I have you guys doing shit. Because
I'm dead. 6-10.
yeah, I have you guys going 6-10. If Cam Newton can stay healthy and comes
I'll
back
say
good,
6-10.
You guys are wild card.
7-9.
6-10 getting
7-9.
swept by the Saints.
Shut up, Nick.
Don't play with us.
I gotta say 6-10.
I'm gonna go 12-4. For biased.
12-4. I like it.
Wait till we spit on the
Bro,
Niners.
y'all have weird. What's going on? Is Cam Newton really that bad?
But is he gonna stay healthy?
Yeah, that's a big question. Detroit.
2-4. Nah, I'm just playing. All these big signings
6-10.
didn't work out for him last year.
Not gonna work again.
I
Yeah.
used to play
7-9.
Xbox with Darius Slade, so I'm gonna go with this crazy bold prediction. I'm gonna
15-1.
say they're gonna come out 12-4.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Wait, what's the team?
I think they're
Lions.
gonna just randomly
Lions.
fit it together,
You got me so fucked up if you think that.
bro. Just watch.
Get the fuck out of this Discord.
Watch
Hell out of this call. I mean, Matthew Stafford is mediocre at best.
Like, bro, people say that, but I think he's
What?
just not had the right seasons. I think he has the
He's
potential.
just ass cheeks. Like, what are you talking about?
I don't
He's
know,
so
man.
bad.
I saw him chug a beer. I've had hope.
I
You
think
just have to run Hail Marys against that team. They'll be good.
the Lions should move on from Matthew Stafford.
Lions
if he
are gonna
doesn't
go
get-
12-4 and re-sign Calvin Johnson.
All right, Nick, you're up
Win the
next.
Super Bowl.
Saints.
Ooh,
13-3.
12-4.
14-2.
12-4.
14-2.
13-3, and they get kicked out of the playoffs for a bullshit reason.
14-2. They're finally gonna make the Super Bowl. I don't know.
And,
Gonna happen
lose
after that.
after a pass interference call.
No, and lose on a Hail Mary.
If we-
They're like giving like a second
think
chance.
about it.
Like some bullshit penalty.
They made it to one point in the playoffs. Next year they made it further, and now the only place for them to go is the Super Bowl.
But
So,
what if you lose the Super Bowl?
well, then that means the next year we win it. So I ain't even mad.
What if
What if you don't make it?
Yeah, but what
A
if Breeze
Super
goes
Bowl-
down?
Well, Breeze is a GOAT, so he doesn't get injured.
You gonna jinx
Houston is up
that?
next.
What if Drew Brees request say position change and plays running back.
Bro, that what? Bro, he'll put the spin move on. Did y'all not see him against the Falcons? Yeah, actually.
Falcons fans get nothing their way.
Bro, Drew Brees owns the Falcons. He hired
team's next.
U-Haul truck and he's gone.
They choke every single time they try to show off their good they are. So Houston's up next.
10-6.
10-6.
If Deshaun Watson can do what he did last year.
I think 6-10. Tyrann Matthews going.
9-7 for me. All right, Packers.
8-8.
I think 11-5.
12-4. They're gonna win the NFC North.
Whoa.
Going a little bold here.
I think 11-5.
Because that defense has gotten better. So we'll see.
Adrian Amos, Zadarius Smith. They lost Clay Matthews. Which?
Yeah, but he was getting old anyways.
Passer and not roughing the passer, but
yeah, that's all. Alright, last one.
Come on, get the Niners.
Oh, it's not the Niners, but it's a good one. Arizona.
Can Kyler Murray do good?
3-13.
Ooh.
Holy.
And then Arizona's gonna ditch Kyler Murray and try for another quarterback.
They're gonna get Tua.
I think they're gonna get.
I think the Cardinals are gonna go 5-11.
5-11.
I'm gonna say 5-10 and a tie.
I'm gonna go 6-10.
5-10 and a tie.
That big. Alright, so next up, we have some bold predictions, and then we're gonna close it out. Alright, anyways, bold predictions, let's go down the list. Like actual legit bold predictions instead of just roasting each other.
Patriots won't make it to the Super Bowl.
Patriots won't?
They won't.
That's good. Where do you see them falling?
Huh?
Where do you see them getting eliminated? Or not making it? And why?
I don't know. I just feel like Patriots won't make it. It's just that type of year.
Okay. Who's next? Bold predictions?
I'll go.
Alright. Swear to God, this is the roast.
No. Patrick Mahomes will not put up the same numbers he did last year.
It's not really a bold prediction.
That's gonna be a cold take. I ain't really know. It's gonna be a cold
Yeah, it's not
take.
really bold. It's like everyone knows
Oh,
that.
alright. Then,
Seahawks.
I think age is finally keeping up with Tom Brady. They already lost probably Brady is one of his best weapons in Gronk.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I mean, Brady has no one now.
Except for aging Edelman, who everyone thinks is a Hall of Famer.
No.
And his kids, he's gonna kiss.
He's only coached on third downs, and that's practically.
Probably
Really, he even has a career because of that one Falcons Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Alright, Nick, you're up next.
Alright. I think my bold prediction. I'm trying to think. Oh no, I have a feeling. I'm trying to think of who though. I feel like a quarterback on a certain team is gonna come out and get injured very early on. But like top quarter. No, not Russell.
Wilson's the greatest quarterback in the NFC West.
Hold on. Search up QB. I just forgot every QB's name. Wow.
Well, while you think of that, I'll say mine. I'll say that every single divisional winner this year will have 12 wins or more. Every single one.
Sure.
Making for some exciting playoffs.
Bro, alright, I got it. My bold prediction. Ezekiel Elliott, when pulls out in the beginning of the season, and Dak Prescott has so much pressure, gets injured. Doesn't get his contract extension, gets traded.
And then, Dave Gettleman fucked that up.
I think Dak Prescott is getting traded and after an injury. Call.
Did everyone go?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't. What's your bold prediction?
I said that every single divisional winner this
Oh,
year
yeah.
was going to have 12 wins. Pretty big. Alright, so that's going to wrap everything up. If you guys did enjoy, which I hope you guys did because this took a while, please like, comment, subscribe. If you guys have anything to say before we sign off?
Seahawks Super Bowl 4.
It was great talking to y'all. Saints Super Bowl champions 2020. Thank you.
Let's just all agree that out of all of our teams that we root for, the 49ers are going to be the worst.
Exactly. Thank you.
Agreed.
Let's see about that.
Sorry, but the 49ers are not going to be.
See, keep this rolling.
You're
for a
gonna
second.
make it playoff.
What's gonna happen is you guys are gonna realize, hey, what? Why not? You guys are gonna move Nick Bosa to offensive lineman. He is gonna tear his ACL on the same play as Jimmy G.
Bro, that's his Nick Bosa even.
And then you
tell
guys
you.
are gonna move George Kittle to quarterback, and you're gonna somehow win 10 games.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a very good prediction. Okay.
But you're gonna go 0-2 versus the Seahawks.
Nah, just watch. They're gonna make the
What's
Super
with
Bowl.
the NFC West and like their players just falling apart? Arizona.
It's a California thing.
Mr. Carroll, I don't feel so good.
Aye, yeah. Look, I know I'm top 5. This gon' make the block ride. Caught them on the back street. Gotta tell them bye-bye. They don't want no beef. No, this isn't Five Guys. Yeah, I'm coming.